Part 2. The Invitation. As the days inched closer to the much-anticipated All Hallows' Eve, Cinderella's excitement grew by leaps and bounds. She had hidden the sparkling invitation deep within her wooden trunk, underneath a stack of old rags and forgotten trinkets, ensuring that her wicked stepmother and stepsisters remained completely oblivious to her secret. The sun cast long shadows on the afternoon of Halloween, and a cool breeze rustled the leaves as Cinderella anxiously awaited the opportunity to embark on her journey to the grand Halloween ball. She knew her chance would come when her stepmother and stepsisters departed for the market, leaving her alone in the cottage. Finally, the moment arrived. Cinderella watched from a window as her stepmother, Lady Gertrude, a tall and severe woman with a penchant for rules and cold-heartedness, called her daughters, Anastasia and Drizella, two equally unkind and selfish girls, to prepare for their trip to the market. The stepfamily paid Cinderella no attention, considering her nothing more than a servant, and were unaware of her growing anticipation. The moment the front door closed behind them, Cinderella sprang into action. She rushed to her trunk, retrieved the invitation, and read its elegant words once more. It was a lifeline to the world she longed to be a part of, a world filled with enchantment, magic, and Halloween spirit. With the invitation clutched in her hand, she made her way to her secret place, a hidden nook in the attic where she was certain no one would find her. There, with only the soft glow of a single candle to illuminate her path, she began the meticulous process of preparing herself for the grand Halloween ball. She had spent days collecting bits and pieces to create the perfect Halloween costume. Old fabrics, tattered lace, and even a few feathers she had gathered in the forest would be transformed into something magical. As Cinderella worked, she thought about the kind of costume she wanted. It had to be unique, enchanting, and capture the essence of Halloween. As she toiled, her thoughts drifted to her late mother, who had shared tales of the grand Halloween ball and the wonder of the kingdom during this time of year. Her mother had passed away when she was just a child, and the memory of those stories was all she had left. The costume she was crafting was not just for her, but a tribute to her mother's memory and her enduring love for Halloween. Hours passed, and the costume began to take shape. Cinderella transformed a simple, worn dress into a vision of elegance with lace, feathers, and intricate embroidery. She had sewn a mask with peacock feathers and adorned it with sparkling gems, giving it an air of mystery and magic. Her reflection in a dusty attic mirror revealed a vision of beauty that made her heart swell with pride and anticipation. Once she had dressed, she carefully stashed her everyday clothes and the remnants of her sewing materials in the attic nook. She didn't want any evidence of her preparations to remain in the cottage. She knew that her wicked stepmother and stepsisters would never approve of her attending the grand Halloween ball, and she couldn't risk them discovering her secret. The sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows across the room when Cinderella heard the distant chime of the town clock. It was time. With her heart racing, she descended from the attic and, as quietly as she could, exited the cottage. She glanced back at the only home she had ever known, her hopes and dreams resting on this one enchanted night. Cinderella made her way to the pumpkin patch, where her secret was hidden, and retrieved the sparkling invitation. Clutching it to her chest, she moved with a sense of purpose. Her destination was a place she had only heard of in stories, the grand Halloween ball. But as she walked toward the edge of the forest, Doubt and fear began to creep into her mind. What if she was caught? What if her stepfamily discovered her absence? The consequences would be dire, and her dreams of Halloween would remain forever unfulfilled. As the moon rose in the darkening sky, Cinderella's determination prevailed. She knew she had to take this chance, no matter the risks. The magical world of Halloween beckoned, and she was not about to let it slip through her fingers. With the invitation in hand, she continued on her path, leaving behind her ordinary life and stepping into a night of enchantment and wonder. Please subscribe for going forward, and your subscription is my inspiration. If you are not a kid, please don't dislike.